What's up? This is Ryan.
Hey, it's Michael. Welcome to another episode of All Day Unpacked. We are back.
We're back.
Yeah, we sure are. Week 8 coming up here. It's we're almost halfway through the NFL season, man.
Halfway?
Almost. Next
Yeah.
week 9 will be halfway.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Goes fast.
It sure does, especially once the games get going. And man, last week was brutal for injuries. Lots of people going down all the way through the Monday night games where the Bucks lost Mike Evans and Godwin in the same game. Evans with a hamstring, but Godwin, man, that injury, they didn't even show the replay. It was so bad, but it looked, I mean, it wasn't a really clean angle to see it, but you could just see the way his left leg whipped around and hit. It just looked like it just was gonna dangle there. It just looked like
it was just, I saw some of it. Roquan Smith, they're going to do an investigation on the tackle, and Roquan Smith is it's a hip drop tackle, most likely.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That'll be a big fine for him then.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Godwin's, his ankle just didn't even, it was just there.
Yeah, it was just dragging. It just didn't look, it looked horrible. I mean, they got to do something more. Honestly, it's almost like they should take, if you do a hip drop tackle and knock a guy out for the year, you should be out for the year. You know what I mean? Almost I know that's a little severe, but it's
but yeah.
I don't know, man. I remember Roquan from the Bears, and he's not an accidental kind of guy. So,
yeah,
yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Anyway, hey man, the Jags won. That's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, I'm just not used to it.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know how to handle that.
I get it. Probably tough to digest, but nonetheless, After a rough start, looking bad down 10-0 to the Patriots, it was.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I know we
freaking terrible. But we
got a buddy who's a Patriot fan, and he was starting to get mouthy in the group chat with you. And
yeah, well, I didn't say anything because I know better than that with the Jaguars this year.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of rough weeks, it was a rough week in Playbook too, man. It was. We kind of had a feeling about that one with the
There's just no chance.
Well, there was a chance, but you basically had to have Anthony Richardson with Amon-Ra St. Brown and AJ Brown. There was a bunch of
running back that even did it. Was there a running back that even actually did that?
There was. What was it? What they have to do?
It wasn't Kenneth Walker. They had to run a 30-yard touchdown. I saw what's his name, Saquon Barkley. Looking like he was going to get there,
but he got stopped at the 1.
the 4-yard line or something. He got stopped right. I saw AJ Brown made the catch, and I knew that there was a quarterback who did get over the 50. But again, to have a legendary of Anthony Richardson, there's only 30 available, so only 30 people had a shot at it.
Right, and then on top of that, they had to
do all that other stuff.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it's not gonna.
I think there might have been one person, but it was somebody that was so unique,
obscure.
Yes, somebody you would never pick. I don't want to say never, but it was very unlikely.
Yeah, it was. Well, someone got one on Medium though, so it couldn't have been
Kenneth Walker Jr. was. I think he did like a between 20 and 30. So. He didn't get.
So he hit on the. Okay.
He hit on the. I think he did. I could. Don't quote me on it, but I think he did.
Okay. Well, either way, it was brutal. Nobody. Yeah, one person hit the rare or the medium. 0 people hit the legendary, and then it was 22 people hit easy. All they gave away a whopping $220 last week. So
I thought it was $320.
You know what? You're right. 320. My bad. That's right. The 220 for the easy, and then the 100 for the one guy who hit rare. So
yes,
$320 they gave away last week.
Whatever you do, don't give out any money. Well, they accomplished that.
I was wondering if they were being stingy just because the drop was the defensive gems drop, and it was kind of a lesser drop, and maybe that's why they were being a little bit stingy. But I don't know. I mean.
So I don't think they were being stingy. I just think they were just trying to balance things out.
No, I know they were, but man, I think they learned a lesson there, which is that was a little bit too far one way. So,
Right. And again, I
um,
don't know if that's what they wanted at the end of the day, but again, I think that to keep engagement up, you can't have weeks like that.
no, I know. And it's funny because right now, tonight, NBA season tips off. And so, you're looking at how Top Shot like plays versus playbook. So, I was just kind of digging into it and I was looking, and there was over 5,000 entries into the Top Shot fast break game.
Okay.
And it runs differently though, because it's not like you have individual nights where you have winners, but then you also have like a run where it's like 2 weeks, and then it's like whoever is at the top of the leaderboard for those 2 weeks wins, Dapper balance and such. And it's interesting. They really have an advantage, it feels like, just because there's constant engagement every single day. You have to be setting lineups and adjusting and tinkering versus NFL. Really, you're kind of on it's like right now it's just like once per week, and you're kind of on an island there. So still really good engagement. Like I was looking in like the easy mode for all day, which is where you have to have commons, had about 4,200. But interesting, just because it does feel like there's a little bit more kind of just juice around the Top Shot game still.
I mean, but they again, they could do more to make it happen. They could do other things. They could use a team moment to pick the Monday night game. They could involve more engagement on Thursday night, on Monday night, if they wanted to. They could find ways.
Yeah, I was actually kind of so I was thinking exactly about that, and I was thinking, how could they do that? How could they find more engagement out of it without making it be so difficult? What I was thinking is actually they could take the Thursday night game, the Sunday night game, the Monday night game, and just have put together like a little like have the moments of pick one quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 defense, and and then a tiebreaker for total points scored, and then top 30 people get a quick rip pack or something. And where the giveaway is not huge, but it's still like people are kind of like and then on top of that, you could almost do something where it's like where you take all those games and then like you score points throughout the season on these island games, right? Where it's the Thursday night game, the Sunday night game, the Monday night game. So you play each game and then you're gaining points in like weeks 1 through 4. You on those, forget the Sunday games, just on those, individual games, you build up points on a leaderboard, and then that overall leader gets something. And that I feel like would add a little bit more.
I mean, that would definitely be a way to like add a little bit more to. Yeah.
So
I mean, I would be great. I mean, great with something like that. I'd also like to see some of the old school playbook come back too. Just when they used to craft a moment. Still haven't done. I mean,
and it seems like they've gone away from crafting and more to locking, right? So it's like instead of like crafting moments, you lock your moments for the for the new moments and such.
Right. So. And again, I guess the way I see it is, it's always better when it's a bag of different things instead of we're going to do it this way this season. We're going to do dynamic moments this season, and that's it. And we're going to not craft this year. It's like, again, people like variety, and I think that's kind of what the NBA seems to offer because there's so much going on. It seems probably like it is probably more of the same thing over and over, but it seems like more variety because there's so much going on.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because the way that it works is that like in that 2-week span where you run, like if you have a common, you can use it once during that span. If you have a rare, you can use it twice. And if you have a legendary, you can use it 4 times. And so what you really see is like, I was just kind of looking through the floor of some of like the big players, some of the big names.
Okay.
And the rare floors for them are really, some of them are really high just because of the game. People, buy those moments. And so I think it would really work, if All Day could come up with some way to really kind of think through how to utilize kind of rares, in some capacity so that like it would keep that floor up like it does over on the Top Shot side.
Yeah, the floors are getting dangerously low.
I mean, the floors are low on moments where they don't matter, right? Like it's, well, not necessarily, because at the same time, it's like I see like Top Shot, and it's like the star floors are high, but it's like like I look at like All Day and a lot of like the fresh threads, they're like $6, $5, and there's some decent ball players in there.
Just a Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
A Keenan Allen Common used to go for $5-6. Remember when they used to, Keenan Allen Common used to be the one that they used to, I don't know if they crafted it, but it seemed like you needed that one a lot. That one used to hang at $5-6 for the longest time.
Yeah, that was a big playbook moment where it got used a lot in playbook, and so it did feel like it was getting used a lot.
Right, and now you can get a rare of Keenan Allen for $5 or $6.
Right,
kind of crazy.
Yep. So something they can look at doing there or whatever around the moments and such. But
sure.
I think one of the things I want to do is I'm going to kind of dig in more into that fast break game. And I want to think through some of the ways that they're doing that, just to think of how we could, how could they better do an all day game that would be more engaging. But I think a good first step would be, like we said, just taking those island games and putting, systems around those, and that way, think about it. Then you're interested Thursday, Sunday, Monday minimum. And then there's going to be some other games other days, right. But at least 3 nights a week, you're more interested in what's going on with your all day account.
Just in defense of kind of what they've done in the past, I felt like with Thursday night games, they used to do a playbook for Thursday night, and everybody would be kind of amped up. And again, I think back to the Donald Driver example, games like that where they were like, it was a Monday or a Thursday night game, and you just had to have that certain moment, and everybody would be racing around trying to get that one moment. And so do something like that on Thursday, and then keep Sunday for the game, and then create something special for Monday. It's like, to me, that's how you create this variety of like, okay, Thursday's going to be this, Sunday's going to be this, and we always know Monday's going to be this cool game. So it's like 3 different games. See, somebody agrees.
They are doing that. They are doing that though, just because if you look at how,
what are they doing?
For like the Thursday and Sunday night and Monday night games, they do these playbooks where you have to if you burn, like they'll be like, for instance, whichever quarterback throws for the most yards plus rushing yards on the Monday night game between the Ravens and the Buccaneers, whichever quarterback did that, you had to burn their rare moments to get like packs. And so, people were not racing around, but you had to have like Baker Mayfield rares. And so people were buying those up.
Okay.
And so they are doing that. The difference is that the only mechanism that they're using right now is it is all just lock, or just not lock. It's all just burn these moments for packs, and that's it. There's no like crafting of to your point, there used to be like playbooks where you would craft a moment out of it, or you would get more to it. But it's really just do this, get packs, and that's that. But they're giving away some interesting packs. Like they gave away the Super Bowl premium packs this last week, which
and hey, don't get me wrong, but like trading in moments for packs and things like that, they should not stop doing that. They should keep doing that. Like whatever that is, keep it coming. But I do think that, like crafting a moment or something like that would be, would be kind of fun for, I don't know. I still miss the thrill of, it ends up being a certain moment and you either have them or you don't. And then it's, there's this watching that one shoot to the moon. I don't know. I thought that was kind of fun. And I didn't like it every single week, but again,
they're still doing that to a small degree. Like some of these moments in the playbooks are kind of shooting up and, gaining value. So it's not, I get what you're saying, but it's not, you're right. It is just a singular mechanism, and it feels a little bit less, I don't want to say less special, but it's just like they did it for like the London game. There was like, they were doing it for Hollow Icon Quick Rips and for On the Rise premium packs. They did it for the Monday Night Football game. They were doing it like, burning for rookie packs, things like that. So they're doing them. They're doing, obviously they have the ones where you can get the 1 in 40 shot for the jersey serial number of all the different moments that they're releasing and such. So
how about this one? Here's just an idea. Shazam. Cooper Kupp might get traded. That's like a big thing. Why don't they do like a contest for like predicting who's going to get traded? There's a million different ways you could slice that up, but take what's happening right now, what's popular, what's in the news, and then make challenges based around what's popping in the news. To me, that would be just like the trade deadline. Have a trade deadline contest.
Totally agree. It's just what, like right now, they're doing a lot of things where they're giving away packs. What are you saying they should give away in addition?
What could they do in addition? I mean, here's what I would say. I noticed that they're doing a lot of trading your moments and get a chance at a cereal.
Yep.
Well, why don't they just say, well, the person who does the most or the top whatever, they'll get number 1 through 5, and it'll be a lottery. Do like craft another Cooper Cup, or your craft. You'll get him in his new uniform wherever he goes.
Right.
He'll get traded. He'll go to a new uniform. You will get the top 5 people will get serial numbers 1 through 5, and you don't know who it is. It'll be randomly drawn, and you'll get a pack. And again, you're trading in old Cooper Cups for new ones, but something
right.
Like
it would just be a moment that would go in that fresh threads.
Right, and whoever trades in the most will get the high serial numbers. And again, if they take my other idea and they start doing serial number contests, then people would want these serial numbers, and it'd become more advantageous to have those too.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm wondering. I mean, now that you're saying that, I'm wondering if they're going to do like an Amari Cooper fresh threads, or if they're going to do a Devontae Adams fresh threads or something like that, where they, they're going to take their new.
They shouldn't. I mean, again, I would think the ones that just get traded, those are perfect ones for crafting. Like that's where they can take crafting.
But like craft, burn old ones to get new ones, like or trade in old ones to get new ones. So
the thing I don't think they should do is add them to new packs and then distribute them through packs.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not saying to put in new packs.
I'm
saying
you're not saying that they should do that. I'm just saying I don't think they should do that.
Yeah,
I think that would be a bad move.
No, I agree.
I feel like there's been a lot of packs this season. Like packs,
and there are going to be a lot more. Speaking of packs, that's a great segue. So
there you go. Segue it in.
Yeah, so we had the defensive gems drop last week. The locking is going on for those right now. And now this week we got a new drop called Wideout Wonders. And there's a whole new set of rares there featuring, unfortunately, Chris Godwin, Cole Kmet, Cortland Sutton, DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, George Kittle, Jamar Chase, Jaden Reed, Jawan Jennings, Jordan Addison, Terry McLaurin, and Tucker Kraft. And there is a new ultimate moment dropping that is of particular interest to you. Little BTJ, there we go. Woo! Brian Thomas Jr. is getting his ultimate, which kind of breaks the trend that all the ultimates had gone to guys with rookie debuts of 1,500. Well, guess what? Mr. Thomas is getting himself an ultimate, and it's that bomb against the Colts. It is a very nice moment. It's the one where Lawrence hits him going down the right sideline, and he just pulls away from the secondary. And anyway, he's getting an ultimate. So how do you feel about that as a Jags fan?
I just want to say I told you so. Before the season started, you can go back and watch an old episode, and I said he will be the shit. Mark that in your calendars. And I just want to say, there it is.
Hey,
so I feel good about that. So there's a little bit of I told us so moment, and then there's also I'm happy to see that maybe we got the next Justin Jefferson out of LSU. Maybe he's that good, maybe he's not, but at least
he's looking pretty good so far. But I was totally on board with you. If you go back to that preseason one,
sure,
I'm the one saying that Brian Thomas Jr. should have been a 1,500 mint and not Michael Penix Jr. So
I agree on that. I mean, that's just, again, like the whole, the 1,500 mint, it's like, I guess they're trying to do more quarterback based stuff. They're trying to put assets.
They were trying to do 5 and 5. Right, 5 quarterbacks, 5 receivers. But honestly, they should have just pulled Penix. It's, worthy. Luckily,
Penix can still come in. We're not even halfway through the season. He can still come in.
They look like Bo Nix is he's a bit of a stretch. I don't know if Bo Nix. I don't think Bo Nix should get an ultimate as of right now.
No, but
so I think that's another position that's open.
You know what they should do? I'll tell you what they should do. Make an ultimate of JJ McCarthy just to fucking piss everybody off.
The ultimate clipboard Jesus. Yep.
There you go. Here he is in a wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly. But you look at those moments or whatever. Penix is not getting. Again, most likely not getting an ultimate. Bo Nix most likely not getting an ultimate. Roma Dunze probably not getting an ultimate unless, I mean, they're just not throwing the ball to him. So he's not going to give himself an ultimate that way.
Yeah. There's certain people that are flashing right now. And I think that Brian Thomas Jr. is one of them.
He is. And that's what, I mean, and again, last week we talked about this, and I'm telling you, it's another week and another not great performance by Neighbors, another great performance by Harrison Jr. Thomas is ascending. They're dropping. So, looking at that top 5.
Yeah. I mean, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, it is Jaden Daniels got hurt. Now he's not. It's a
concussion,
week-to-week injury. What's that?
Okay. Concussion?
Ribs. He got his ribs.
Oh, was it ribs? Okay.
He got crunched on
Who else got hurt? It was Godwin, Evans, Jaden Daniels. There was a couple other big injuries.
Oh, there was a lot of players that got hurt.
I mean, for some reason, yeah. Anyway, how about this? Just completely taking a
Brandon Ayuk ACL.
Oh, was it ACL?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know.
Wasn't it confirmed? Oh boy, no.
I did not see that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Ayuk ACL and MCL.
Woo. That sucks. I feel bad for him.
Yeah,
that is rough.
Damn. Yeah, it was a very tough week for football.
Okay.
There's always one of these weeks.
Yep.
Where now usually like a couple. Who's that? Debo's? Oh yeah, Deshaun Watson tore his Achilles.
Oh God, yeah.
DK Metcalf.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I'm just glad the Bears were on the bye this week because man, it was a bad week for players.
Yeah, and you know what? Raiders quarterback Aiden O'Connell went out with a thumb injury. Tyler Huntley went out with a shoulder injury.
Yep.
Braxton Berrios.
Marlon Humphrey from the Ravens went out with a knee injury.
Yep. Damn. Man, you're lucky your Bears were on the bye that week.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad they were. It was like the good week to be on the bye. Braxton Berrios tore his ACL.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that one a second ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was too busy scanning here. So DK Metcalf was an MCL sprain.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did not look happy. But MCL it should be. I mean, that's like 4 or 5
weeks. It'll be a few weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. How about Russell Wilson putting up a 30 burger on the Jets?
Yeah, they let Russ cook. He looked. I mean, well, first of all, the first quarter, he looked so bad. Did you see some of the early throws he had? Where the one where he turns left and just chucks it like 5 yards to the side of the guy. I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna have Justin Fields in there by halftime. But he got his act together.
He turned it around.
He did, but man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't mean to be a negative Nelly here, but I just don't. I don't know if I see Russell Wilson playing like. I don't see him balling out the rest of the season. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and he does and wins comeback player of the year, and I am just incorrect. But
yeah, I
kind of feel like the Jets were kind of probably prepping for Justin Fields or something, or maybe weren't quite ready for that. Or I'll be curious to see. I'll be very curious to see how Russell Wilson does the next few weeks. So
all right.
I wish him the best of luck, but I just got a funny feeling it may not be as productive as it was against the Jets.
Let's talk fresh threads. Who's getting traded and who's gotten traded? We saw Devontae Adams go to the Jets. Who's the other big trade that I'm not even thinking of?
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper went to the Bills.
Yep, now those are the two big ones.
Cooper Kupp's up on the. They're saying he's going to go next. They've already been shopping him.
Yep.
Have you heard any other ones?
There are rumors that Myles Garrett or Max Crosby could be on the block, but I feel like it's going to take a lot to move that. I mean, I don't know. I'd be curious. I know everybody's saying the Lions are trying to get Max Crosby. I mean, he went to Central Michigan and
yeah. Did you see the numbers on the Deshaun Watson? How much they're going to owe him? They owe him $72 million.
Yeah.
like guaranteed for the next 2 years. I mean, why wouldn't they get rid of? I mean, Myles Garrett's just got to be like, come on, guys, just get me out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, they should just fire sale the whole team, making an expansion. I mean, they have, again, I've said this before. This will go down as the worst trade in NFL history.
Yep.
Second
It's
to the
definitely
Herschel Walker trade. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, it's up there. It is. The Bryce Young trade that the Panthers made with the Bears is pretty historically bad too. But yeah, not quite as bad as this one, just because of the money.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
God,
assets, I think the Bears walked away with more assets and draft capital and things like that. But the fact that the Browns got the guy and then paid him so much guaranteed money and he was just so terrible.
And they've got it for it's just the next. And like, if they could just wash their hands of it right now, I would say, oh, okay. But they're just like, the Browns are going to be cratering for the next 2 years. It's like their season tickets are going to suffer. Merchandise is going to, I mean, they'll be lucky if they get cheerleaders.
If the Browns were smart, they would start trading like Myles Garrett, like just trade it all away. And then just say, we're going to suck for a couple of years, but we're going to get a bunch of young guys in here and we're going to and then year 3, we'll hit stride. Like just start, like, I mean, I know this is going to sound crazy, but if I were the Browns, I would trade Myles Garrett and I wouldn't trade him for 2024. I would trade for 25 and 26 picks. Like, I would say just
see, I would do that, but you got to know which team you're trading to too. You don't know how they're going to do. So it's like they could end up
take the Panthers. No, in all seriousness though, like, I mean, the Browns it is a rough time to be a Browns fan right now. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. I would love to see the Jaguars get Myles Garrett.
I mean, what team right now would be like, oh, I don't want Myles Garrett on my team?
I'm sure there's maybe a couple that don't need him.
What? Name one.
I mean, anybody would take him, but I'm just saying the team probably with the best pass rush in the NFL would probably be not the best idea.
There is no team that Myles Garrett would make better. Like he is so good that I can't think of a team that would be like, no, we're good. Yeah. Same with Max Crosby. Like it's like,
well, I guess for the price that you would pay for him.
Well, and that's just it. What's the price? Is it 2 1s? Is it like 2, is it a 1 and a 2? Is it?
No, you don't give up 2 1s for him. It's not worth it.
I bet that might be the price, though.
Who's going to give up 2 1s for that?
I don't know. Someone. I mean, I would give up a 1.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give up a 1, but 2 1s, no way.
I wouldn't give up 2 1s, but a 1 and maybe a 2 or a 1 and a 3.
A 1 and a 3 seems, maybe a 1 and a 3 and a player.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be okay. So, all right. So that being said, who you calling? Give me 3 guys you got moving before the trade deadline.
Well, I'd have to think about it. I think a lot. I mean, not to change the subject here, but I think a lot of it's going to have to do with what happens this week in the NFL. Because what is it? The trade deadline's the 5th, so there'll only be like 1 week left after. So there'll be this weekend, and then there'll be week 9, and then it'll be like right after that. So I think, I mean, like, here's the thing. My Jaguars could be part of this too. It's like if they lose badly to the Packers and, they go 2-6, I think you start kind of wrapping it up, and they might say, okay, like, we got to start, like Travis Etienne, I've heard, Trayvon Walker's name I've heard thrown around.
He's having a good, I mean, I know it's like was it a contract year for him?
No, I think he's in year
1
2
more.
or 3. Yeah.
He's with Aiden Hutchinson. So he's year 3. So
I think he's in year 3 right now, but
this is his 3rd year. So next year could be a contract. Yeah. So he can negotiate next. Yeah. So, I mean, Trayvon Walker didn't have a great first 2 years, but man, he's good. He's looking good this year. He's really come to life this year.
Right. I think they'd be foolish to trade him at this point. So, but again, there's plenty of people that the Jags could unload. I guess I don't have a specific player, but you start looking at some of these teams that are starting to fall to the wayside. I mean, even like the Bengals.
I wonder if the Lions don't call up the Jags for Walker if they lose to the Packers.
Yeah,
or Hines Allen. I mean, either one. Take your pick.
Yeah, I don't think they're
Might be
letting
Hines
go.
Allen just because he's more expensive right now, and he's in the
They
bigger.
just signed him to a new deal. I think they like him there, so he's kind of a staple.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the Raiders are becoming a dumpster fire.
Yep.
But the Titans, oh my God, they're a mess.
Yeah.
So I mean, like teams like that, I think like your DeAndre Hopkins. I'd say DeAndre Hopkins will be a guy that gets moved.
Yeah, he's
one of mine. Let's see. So I'm gonna go DeAndre Hopkins. I'm gonna say Cooper Kupp's gonna get moved, and I'm gonna say Myles Garrett gets moved.
All right.
I can't see the Browns trying to hang on to this any longer.
Yeah,
they've got to be like. Yeah, go ahead. Give me yours.
No, I was going to say, I think those are all good ones. I mean, I could see, just knowing the Bears very well, we have a lot of excess running back right now. So if there's a team that has an injury at running back, I think Khalil Herbert is a name that, he's not a top tier guy per se, but he's a really good running back in the right scheme. Honestly, I'm a little sad they're not utilizing him more because he's been so good for the Bears, but he could really help a team. So I could see someone who's got a running back injury going after Khalil. Again, like you said, Cooper Kupp sounds like he's a layup, which is interesting just because, again, they're just getting him back. So, I'll be curious to see how that kind of works out for them.
What do you think about the Giants? Are the Giants ready to dial it in here and start, burning down the house?
I think the Giants think that they're a quarterback away. So, no, I don't think they're going to burn down the house. I think they got a solid defense, especially D-line.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money invested in there with Dexter Lawrence, with Brian Burns. They got good skill position players. They got guys that can move the ball. They got Malik Neighbors now. They just need a quarterback.
Do you want to know what name I heard that would be kind of an interesting pickup for the Giants? Trading for Matt Stafford. Aren't the Rams kind of in like salary cap like hell?
They always are, but then they always work their way out of it.
Yeah.
They are absolute wizards with the salary cap. I mean, I think that's a really cool, I would love to see Matt Stafford go help the Giants out just because, like I said, I think the Giants got a lot of pieces. I think just having a good quarterback would really help them. Yep. But I just don't know. I mean, do you think the Rams are just going to cash out? What
are they doing with Cooper Kupp? Why,
because they feel like they've got young receivers to replace them. They got Puka. They got the rookie that just kind of started off this year who's playing all right. So I think that they look at that as expendable. Quarterbacks are tough, man. Quarterbacks are tough to come by in this league. I mean, ask the Giants, ask the Bears, ask the Browns, ask all these teams. It's like they
sure.
So.
Yep.
Anyway, well, we'll see how that plays out. I do think Max Crosby gets moved. I know they keep saying he's not going to, but I don't know. I feel like he is it's probably just me liking Max Crosby and wanting to see him play for a winner. So
sure.
I would if I was the Bears, I would be calling the Raiders every day trying to get Max Crosby. So
yeah.
I just love his effort. I'd take Myles Garrett too, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those guys.
No, not at all. So, all right. So we talked about the Wideout Wonders. Oh, Mia's got some opinions to give on the whole situation. Sounds like.
I guess Max Crosby's gone.
Yeah. All right. Well, she's a Raiders fan apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, the one thing we were going to touch on before we wrap up here was Playbook this week. And so it's back to 5, but it's looking a little easier. And you and I were, and Mia, the three of us, we're going to do our kind of our who do we think are, going to be good fits for the 5 slots.
Yes.
All right.
So go ahead and start us up while I'm checking to make sure I'm not being burglarized.
You mean burglarized?
Burglarized.
All right, so the 5 categories.
Burglarized right now.
Burglarized. The 5 categories are being burglarized. No, the 5 categories are passing for 300 yards, a 30-yard rush, not necessarily a TD, just a 30-yard rush.
Yeah.
1 rushing touchdown, 7 receptions, 7+ receptions, and then 1 plus sack. And this is the legendary, the hardest one that we always go through and do. So those are your 5 categories. So we'll start with 300-yard passers. Who do you see on Sunday that you like throwing for 300 yards?
Let's see here. Kind of putting this on.
I know you're not going to like this name, but Jordan Love, I could see Jordan Love hanging it. And honestly, if the Jags can get their act together, I could see Trevor Lawrence doing it too, but more likely Jordan Love.
Yeah, I'm trying. Who do the Chiefs play this week? I'm trying to get. I had the schedule up, and I think I lost. Oh, here it is. All right. Let's see. 300-yard passer. I am gonna go. Oh God, I'm going Patrick Mahomes all day.
Yeah, you think he's gonna do it?
The Raiders. Yeah. Well, the Raiders kind of play him tough. It's a division
but then they
game.
get him all riled up, but Mahomes hasn't thrown for a lot of yards this year.
I'm going Jared Goff.
Yeah, I don't think Goff's a bad pick, but the Titans
home against the Titans. Oh, the Titans. I mean,
that game may be out of hand by halftime. So
it's one of those where like the Titans will end up being in the game, like, and it'll be really close, and something weird will happen, or the Lions will just blow the brakes off of them. It's just you don't know.
I lean towards blowing the brakes off.
I think so too. I think the Titans are
can the Sunday night game be used for the thing?
It is.
Okay.
It is usable.
I mean, Brock Purdy against the Cowboys, that could be a juicy matchup. I know he's got so many receivers hurt, but he had such a bad game last week. This is like one of those games where Brock Purdy plays bad and everybody thinks the Niners are going to go in and get rocked by the Cowboys now because the Cowboys are coming off a bye. And then I don't know these teams well enough to say, but it's just like it smells like one of those games where everybody thinks the Cowboys are going to come in and beat the Niners, and maybe that doesn't quite happen that way. So
I don't think you could say that either one of those teams is going to beat either one. I think those two are kind of both trying to
the game could go either way for sure. I'm staying away from that game. So
maybe like
Kirk Cousins against the Buccaneers, perhaps for 300.
I was going to say maybe Baker Mayfield. Yeah, he lost his guys.
He did.
What about Sam Darnold? Well, that's Thursday night.
Joe Burrow possibly against the Eagles.
I was going to say that one. That was going to be I was going to say that one, and I was going to say CJ Stroud.
And they are against the Colts. Yeah, I don't know. Those games, they did have one last year that was like a big shootout at the end of the year, but they also had one that was like a 20-23 game where, it was a more defensive game. So that one can go either way.
Right. All right. I'm going to give you my 300-yard passers. Here they are.
All right.
I'm going to give you 3 of them.
All right. Give me 3.
Jared Goff.
Okay.
I'm going to go. Am I going to do this? All right. I'm doing it. I'm going to go Jared Goff. I'm going to go Geno Smith. And I'm going to go hometown favorite and go Trevor Lawrence.
I like Geno Smith. I was teetering on that one, but I'll go Jordan Love, Joe Burrow, and Kirk Cousins.
Not bad picks. Okay, let's go to the next section. What do we got?
So we need a running back that's going to break off a 30-yard plus run.
Just a run, or are we talking run?
Just a run. Does not have to be a touchdown. Just a 30-yard plus run.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah. I mean, I got two that are just popping to mind. There's a third.
I got one.
I'll go first here, and I'll just say, like, I'm not even going to mess around, and I'm just going to go straight with it, which is Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay. Derrick Henry was one of my guys. So I'm going to go Derrick Henry. I'm going to go Breece Hall.
Okay.
And I'm going to go. Am I doing it? Am I doing this? I am doing this. I'm going James Conner.
I like it. James Conner's been playing really well. I mean, he is like a running back that just does not get any credit, but he plays well, plays hard. I love that the Dolphins are getting Tua back this week too. That's so nice.
Oh, that's true. The one that I wanted to do was Javonte Williams because he had such a good game last week, and they're playing the Panthers this week. I just don't know how many carries he's going to get, so I don't know enough about that.
Yeah. All right. So now we need one rushing touchdown.
One rushing touchdown, man. Who is going to get the rock? All right, give me. What are you going to give me? 2 or 3?
I'll give you 3. I will give you Jalen Hurts. I will give you.
Do they have to be quarterbacks?
No, they don't have to be. They could be anything. They just have to be a rushing touchdown.
Got it.
So I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. I'm going to go Anthony Richardson, and I will go Derrick Henry.
All right, I'll second that. Derrick Henry. I'll take a Josh Allen, and I will take. Is David Montgomery healthy?
He is. He hurt his leg. We came back in. He's been running. He was fine the rest of the game. But he doesn't have a legendary, so he'd be a little bit harder to play there.
Oh, okay. That's a good point.
Josh Jacobs might be a good one. I know he's against your Jags, but
I don't know. I can't say that. I feel like they're gonna have more of a. Well, they could score a lot of different ways on my Jags. I'm gonna go Javonte Williams.
All right.
Fuck it.
I think so. Then here we're on to the hardest one: 7+ receptions. This one's the one that I feel like is
probably the hardest going to make or break anybody.
Yeah. Yep. So, 7+ receptions this week. I'm going to go AJ Brown. I'm going to go Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I am going to go DJ Moore.
This is a tough one.
Those are my 3.
All right, I'm gonna go a little weird here because that's my jam. I'm gonna go Amari Cooper. I'm gonna say he figures it out.
All right,
has a big game.
You want to go Devontae Adams too?
No, but that's not a bad idea.
It's not, but I don't think he's quite there yet. But maybe.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers might just say, "I'm winning this game, and I'm just going to throw the guy I know, and we're going to win."
Here's what I'll say: Christian Gonzalez, who is really a good corner, is probably going to follow Devontae Adams. So Garrett Wilson might be the play actually, just because he's going to be going against the second corner. Yeah. The Patriots have that first corner is good.
All right, I'm going to go. I don't know why, but I'm going to go Tyler Lockett. And I'm going to go Amari Cooper, and I'm going to go Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah. St. Brown, I think he was a safe pick. I remember I picked him a couple weeks ago for it, and he only got 3 or 4 catches that week. But, just that's how it goes. Right. Some of the weeks you get it, some of the weeks you don't. And then last of all, we have 1+ sack.
So 1+, that's just 1 sack, or does it have to be more than 1 sack?
Yep, 1 sack.
Okay. Got it.
Just 1.
Got it.
We'll go 2 names here, and I'll give you my 2. My 2 are going to be Max Crosby, because I'm riding the Max Crosby train, and then I'm going to go Will Anderson Jr. from the Texans.
That's not a bad one. I am going to go. I'm going to go Trayvon Walker.
Oh yeah,
and I'm going to go.
Trayvon's had a sack in every game except for 1 this year, so that's a good pick. You may not even need more than 1.
Right.
Maybe Vita Vea from the Bucks. Maybe. I'm
gonna say.
You know who else has played pretty well is Zach Allen from the Broncos. He's had not a bunch, but a few sacks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure who I would go with on that one. I'm gonna go. Well, he doesn't have a legendary, but I'm gonna go Latu from the Colts.
All right, fair enough.
Take it.
All right, sounds good. Well,
yeah,
we'll see how we do on the playbook. We'll reconvene. Hopefully, there's at least a winner for the 1,500 prize this week, which would be nice to see some people getting some cash.
Yeah,
So
quickly,
good luck to everybody. Yeah.
What did you think about them going $1,500? Is it $1,500, $110 again?
Yep.
Okay. What were your thoughts on that? I mean, so my question is, why did it go? Whatever it went like 1,500, 10,000, 1,500, 1,500. Oh dear, I got a dog throwing up.
All right, we'll wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Yep. Anyway, my thought was just that it was great that they did it, and I'm sure the two people who won it were very happy. But
they were.
Yeah.
Peace.
So yeah.